What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and it's about that time, guys. It is about that time. We start doing a little theory crafting to see. Man, there's a lot of things I want to touch on, but to see who's gonna match up who. That's the biggest thing now. So one of the biggest things that recently happened. If we look over here on our timeline, I'm gonna go ahead and switch the screen here. If we look on our timeline here, classifications have happened. Okay, so in a day and roughly like 4 hours or so, we're gonna get the matchmaking, and then we'll see like whose teams are gonna face what, or who's gonna face who. And one of the craziest things that I saw, guys, was what was it? Something like the A tiers went all the way down to like 12 billion or something like that. It was something kind of crazy, which I personally don't agree with. I think that the fact that you can have a 27 billion power kingdom matched up with the 8 billion power kingdom is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Just the different levels that there is there. Because you got to think there's a lot of different zones, right? There's a lot of different zones. And there is a chance that that 27 bill would end up fighting the 8 billion power kingdom, which is, that would just be a steamroll. Anyways. Let's get to it, guys. Who is TFS's team? Okay, let's go ahead and introduce the team. Boom. So we got El Capitan from WoW WAO. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom into their kingdom. Give you guys a little background on WAO. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about them. From my understanding, WAO was the ones that gave Echo the biggest challenge so far. I think they might be in like different shows right now. Let's see. Maybe they're in this show. Maybe. Ooh, who knows what show they're in. But anyways, we've teamed up. Maybe I end up finding them. We've teamed up with WoW. What is it? Was it one season? Or is it 2 seasons now? I can't remember, but I know that we teamed up against with them against WB already, which that KVK was absolutely crazy. Captain and Jason love working together. They have mentioned multiple times that it's very easy when they're working together. So we got WAO, which is server 92. Then you have us, server 40. TFS. Then we have VP22. I haven't seen VP22 for a very long time. I saw that. I think they're about. I'll show you guys some numbers right now that we got from BN's stream earlier. So big shout out to BN. I'll show you guys. I'll put a link to that live stream if you guys are interested in seeing it. And then we also got GDW. I personally don't know GDW, but I have heard good things about them. Someone was saying that they're a Vietnamese group, so it definitely complements the downtime that TFS has. It's no secret with that specific time zone. However, you know, we have a lot of degens, so regardless of being that downtime or not, we normally have a lot of people on anyways. And VP22, I've seen them before. Who was it? Was it the pay to win KVK? I forget what KVK, but they were pretty good. So just so you guys get an idea, as far as the B seed tiered teams, VP22, G and GDW were up there in terms of their AP, so the merit to power like ratios between their kingdoms were of some of the best for the B tier kingdoms. So that's super good for us in terms of our teams, and obviously you guys know TFS is pretty savage, and now we're even crazier now that I think we reached 25 billion power now. I think we reached 25 billion power. Oh, we're at 24.7. I think some people probably moved around, but pretty sure we're at 25, which is crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. So let me show you guys some numbers real quick. So show you guys some pictures. Okay, not that one. Where's the other one that I was going to show you guys? Okay, so here is BTX's team. Okay, here's the BTX team. So who are we gonna face? Okay, right now people are saying it's either gonna be the Rage Camp, or the BTX camp. More people are saying that it's going to be the Rage camp over the BTX camp. But here's the BTX camp, just for so some of you guys, just for visual purpose. You got BTX here, server 99. They allied server 156 BNR with the High King Mia. Server 11 EX Dash. The High King there, Albatross, and server 222 How with the High King Cactux. So AABB there. So I mean they're a pretty good camp there. But the camp that everyone says we're gonna be going up against is this camp right here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, on paper this camp looks pretty scary, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So whose camp that is? It's Rage. If those of you guys that don't know about Rage, okay, that is the BDO SSG merger. They literally combined their top most active players in one spot. And then you have WB, which we are no strangers of. We have fought against them and have allied with them 2 seasons in a row. Those guys are just straight savage, bro. Right, those guys are straight savage, all gas, no brakes kind of kingdom. And I mean, you get what I said earlier about Rage, is BDO and SSG merging together all their best players. Like, they got rid of anyone that didn't meet their standards and then just made a super team, bro, which is super crazy. I mean, considering the level of power that BTX and Echo has, like, things like that are needed, man, in order to be able to compete at that highest level. Then you got Sura Reaper. I've never heard of them personally, but I have heard that they're pretty damn active. So server 380 there. And then you have server 174. That is the server. So TSGM, she's also a freaking Kraken that used to be an SSG and then went to server 174. And also 174 has Saturo over there with the Mephisto account at 1.2 billion. The question there is going to be like, how active is that account going to really be? Because if they are very, very active, then that's going to be interesting, right? So let's go ahead and look at some numbers now. However, I do think it's going to be TFS, WAO, okay, camp against Rage and WB, right? And then our B tiers that we have. So our B tiers against their B tiers, that's a pretty good lineup there as well, right? With VP22 GD going up against their B tiers will be interesting. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see, for the way that the zones are set up, for the A's to go up against the A's and B's go up against the B's, and then have specific zones where they kind of meet up. I guess we can ultimately take a look at the G1 servers. They are already starting or in their KVK. I think they just had a runic statue. So they're definitely on their way. So we're going to be keeping an eye out on the G1 servers and seeing how they're doing to kind of give us an idea of how the map is going to flow. So let's go take a look at these numbers that they sent me. Once again, big shout out to BN. So I'm not going to go over everything, okay? I'll put it like this so you guys can see it a little bit better. And you guys could screenshot it if you want to take a look at it. But I'm just going to go over a few numbers here. So when you guys look at the Rage camp, okay, if you guys look at the Rage camp, and I say Rage, right? So you see there, they have a total of 399 players over 100 million, okay? Our camp has 367 players over 100 million. And then the 200 mils, which that's what ends up starting to play a big factor. They have 38 players over 200 mil, and we have 29 players over 200 mil. So yeah, it starts getting pretty interesting there. When you can see the deads as well. They have 1.3 billion to our 1 billion. I think that's 1 billion. Yeah. They have 288 billion kills to our 260. I think M/P is probably merit to power ratio. Ours is a little higher. merits are pretty close amongst all the kingdoms. If you take a look at the power, we are 6 billion less than they are. On paper, we're the closest ones to them. So if they make it based off of just pure power and T5 counts, that would be a pretty good matchup, I would say. It would be a very difficult one, and I think we'd have a lot of fun, and I think that you guys are going to have a lot of excitement for that, and I think that's going to be probably one of the most viewed KVKs. But then the question still lies. The question still is, make sure you guys take your screenshots. I'm about to pop back up here. Boop. So the question still lies there. So at that point, it's like, okay, well then who's Echo gonna get? Right? Because Echo has, I think they have an 8 billion kingdom. I want to say I haven't really looked at theirs so much. I kind of just been asking around and looking at all the different numbers of what it's going to look like, of who we're going to potentially match up against. That's going to give me a cue of how much mana am I going to need. So if it is the Rage King, KVK or Camp, then I'm definitely going to need at least 2 billion mana, at least at the minimum. If I want to be one of the top fighters, I would need to get like 3 to 4 billion mana, which is crazy considering I literally just had 81 million mana at the end of my previous KVK. I'm right back up to 1 billion. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below which teams you guys want to see. Let me know which teams that you guys want to see for this. I'm excited for it. I'm sure you guys are. Wow, what a crazy setup, man. What was it, like 210 realms registered? I do think the classifications seem to be tweaked a little bit. That way some of the Bs aren't, and like some of the lower tier Bs aren't going up against the higher tier As. Like that just seems kind of crazy, especially those of us that have been playing the game for a long time. You understand that the difference between a 25, 27 or 20 bill anything against an 8 billion power alliance / kingdom, there is a massive difference there, bro. There is a massive difference. Don't get me wrong, like a 12 to 14 bill going up against a 24 bill, like there is a pretty big difference, but that 14, 15 bill still has a chance to, potentially set up a really solid defense and maybe even push them back depending on their level of activity, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think so far of the way the classifications were made. People's decisions to the way they made their teams. I know there's been a lot of chatter about certain alliances allying like weaker kingdoms to try to dodge other kingdoms, and other kingdoms doing the same thing they're doing to try to match them for trying to dodge like that's all that, there's a lot of talk going on. So let me know in the comment section below your guys' thoughts. So with that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video and me covering like some of the teams here, it very quick and easy for you guys, some of the top KVKs here. We'll cover some of the other ones depending on what I see, but just quick, easy, super quick, less than 15 minutes of a video for you guys to see who are the top three KVKs essentially, and kind of go for there. So I think the other fourth will probably be the Echo team. I think they're only like 3 bill behind us. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. It definitely helps us out a ton. Also, if you don't want to miss out on the upcoming content with this new AABB, War of the Last Snows, I believe it's called, make sure you guys hit that sub button, guys, so you guys don't miss out on any of the content, okay? Turn on that bell notification. Lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.